Martin, you can't do your intro and your mic muted.
Sorry. Right, here we go. You're watching Lansdowne Raw, the voice of the fans. Coming up on tonight's show, James McClean's heading back to Derry. Ireland's injury woes continue ahead of the March playoff, and we catch up with how our boys in green got on over the weekend. This is Lansdowne Raw, and it's live. I'm Martin Prendergast, and I'm joined as always by Conor McAvoy. No Dave this evening, and you're very welcome to another Lansdowne Raw live. We do a fantastic competition running tonight, and you can still enter to get your exclusive Jameson collaboration bottle signed by Ian Harte and a Roma jersey of your choice from the current season. If you would like to help support the show, you can do so by buying a raffle ticket. We have the description and the link to square.link or whatever it is there, so you can enter the raffle and support us this evening. We're going to do that in probably about 10 o'clock. We'll start a little bit late tonight, so Dave will be very angry about that. But yeah, you can get a fantastic prize and help us support heads in the game as well, Connor, can't you? It's a really good prize, actually, and it is a full bottle of Jameson. I haven't had a go at it yet. It's been on my shelf, tempted me for a long time, but you can buy your raffle tickets. I'm going to do the draw live on the show here. And so that's going to be something very exciting to come ahead. But, we also will be covering the latest news in Irish football. If you're new to Lansdowne Raw, make sure you subscribe. Following us across YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget to like and share the stream. That's something that particularly annoys you, doesn't it, Connor, when people don't like the show?
Yeah, just like the video. Just like it.
Yeah, like the video. There you go.
Yeah.
You can also help support the show as well by joining us at Lansdowne Raw Plus. The description of how to do so is in our show notes below, and you can also
you're getting it all
the page and buy us a coffee. Is that all right?
What are you on about? No, you keep saying the description. You mean the link is in the description?
Sorry, the link is in the description. All right. Haven't done this for quite a while.
It's in the description. What was it, a week ago? We done
Yeah.
It was last week's show was just us two again as well.
I know. I'm just trying to be very, very organised. Anyway,
looking forward to Dave's
Connor,
comments.
We had a fantastic weekend together. Well, a good afternoon together on Saturday, didn't we? What were we up to, Connor? Shall we let the Raw faithful know?
Yeah, we had a great weekend, didn't we? We had a great weekend. We spent Saturday at Kenilworth Road going to watch Super Josh Keeley in goal take on Jack Messi Moylan in Lincoln against Luton. Started a bit slow, we thought, and then Lincoln went 2-0 up. First goal was a moment of pure magic from Jack Moylan with a world-class delivery into the back post, which I don't even think, I know people are saying the defender should have bettered the back post. I still think it's probably undefendable, to be honest, because the way Draper was coming onto it, next League of Ireland striker, who was very impressive for Lincoln as well. And then, we saw a very good comeback. Naki Wells' goal to equalise was brilliant, wasn't it? And then second half, we were right behind it. I was right behind the goal, so I missed Luton got robbed of a winner, didn't it? An absolute disgraceful decision by the referee. But then Josh Keeley made a top-class save in the remaining moments of the game to see the game out, who was absolutely brilliant, I thought, in goals. More with his feet than using his shot-stopping ability, because he didn't have that much to do. But with his feet, he was top-class. And, it was a great game. Great day out, I thought, as well. And I will be back to Kenilworth Road.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic afternoon. Very late. We arranged that, really. But, brilliant, wasn't it? Thanks to Brendan Keeley sorting us out a few tickets for that by Josh, of course. It's just such a... I hadn't been to Kenilworth Road, and amazing team in a way, Luton. Their story's incredible. I couldn't believe the fan base, really. And they've been through a lot of turmoil as a club. And I'm old enough, Connor, to remember back to 88 when they beat Arsenal in the Littlewoods Cup, it was known as then, the League Cup, and they won that and that was just an amazing day. I remember being 9 years old and remembering that because it was such a big shock at the time, and a fantastic bit of history as well with Irish football, haven't they? We were lucky enough, we had a little look around kind of the players' lounge there. It's such an old, antiquated stadium, but we had a look around afterwards, and we will put some pictures up on our Twitter there, so do follow us there, LRaw_pod. I'll put up some photos because they had this kind of brown wooden old kind of style board where it lists all the internationals who played for Luton and Republic of Ireland era as they're named on the board, but it's not up to date. But there's some brilliant shirts as well in there. Chidozie Ogbene's match worn shirt, I think it was against Greece, and they had a Kevin Foley one who's still involved. Was it France?
Yeah, it was. Well, there was a picture of him and Pavard. It was him and
It's not the shirt from France though.
Oh, it is after?
Yeah. Trust me, I know these kind of things. I do look at this stuff.
You see how you can see it. I was looking at it from a distance. It's like, oh, it must be the France game. I've seen Pavard in it.
I was looking for my screwdriver. Price it off the wall. But no, it's unbelievable. And Kevin Foley as well involved in the backroom staff at Luton. So yeah, it was a fantastic day. Brilliant game. Really enjoyable. And Josh Keeley, fantastic save. And I'll throw it up there now because I know Kean is watching along. And this is where the real rep tracker. He got a photo there with Josh Keeley after the game. So that's for you there, Kean. But we had a great day, great afternoon, Connor. And it followed Man United getting a fantastic result as well that we were happy about. Before
brilliant
the game.
Performance for them as well. Yeah. Well, no, we'll speak about that on State of Play, but yeah, that was enjoyable. It was a good day all around. Obviously Liverpool are crap as well, which I hope Dave's watching. Liverpool can't even beat Burnley at home. Obviously United couldn't beat them earlier, but that was away, so that's an extra difficulty to it. But yeah, great day all around. And yeah, I think we have a future star on our hands as goalkeeper in Josh Keeley, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously it mightn't be yet, but Kenilworth Road, I was actually surprised, as you said, with the fan base that actually there was 11,000 at it, because that's the capacity. I thought maybe because they were back in League One, fans might have been a bit disgruntled and all, but they were still there to support their team, which was great to see. And obviously Lincoln are second in the league. We didn't get to see Josh Honahan play for Lincoln yet. He's still not fit enough to feature for them, but I can imagine he'll fit in perfectly at them. And it's a very exciting two clubs that are on their up, and hopefully we'll see Luton and Lincoln in the Championship next season.
Yep. It's very quiet on the comments this evening, but we will be going through OBIG and everything. If you were at any games over the weekend, let us know. If you're panicking and looking forward to your application going in for the Czechia away game as well, we've got a bit of news on tickets on that, I think, that we're going to be covering as well. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Anything you want to discuss about Irish football, we're here this evening for about an hour or so. So let us know your thoughts. We're going to go.
It could be worth doing before we go into anything. I made a list yesterday of players I thought are certainly going to be in the next squad that are certs. And I got up to 21 players, and I believe we're going to have probably 25 players in this next squad because of injuries, or because of suspensions. So I've got a list of I believe it was 21 players, and I'm going to read out here. And I want people to say in the comments who to think should be added to that as extra players or who are missing. So I went with the three normal keepers because it's just what we expect. So I wanted to Kelleher, Bazunu, Travers. The defenders that I think are certs to be in the squad: Coleman, Brady, Manning, Collins, O'Shea, O'Brien, Egan, and Scales. Midfielders guaranteed to be in the squad: Azaz, Taylor, Knight, Malumbi. And then the forwards guaranteed to be in the squad: Ferguson, Parrott, Ida, Ogbene, Festi, Johnston. I think they're the 21 men guaranteed to be in the squad, presuming they're fit. And then we have to add in more for them. Obviously, the midfield would need strengthening, so I'd imagine Boston Wild, Connor Coventry, you'd look at them two coming in. And then the forwards, you'd have, I think we need more winger options, maybe Rocco Vata coming in, or Sammy Smollix, who scored the weekend. We could talk about might come back in. And defenders obviously are quite strong anyway, but maybe at right back, you might see, I don't know, Jimmy Dunn come back in, or he was in anyway. Even Doherty, if he keeps getting minutes at Wolves, but he didn't play at the weekend, but he has been getting minutes. So it's going to be quite interesting. I don't want people to think maybe who else, or is there anyone obvious? I don't know if you can think of any, Martin, that obviously should be in the squad but haven't. But that's, I believe I think it's 21 players.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So do give us your thoughts on that. Who you think will be in the squad? You haven't got Sinclair in there then?
No? No, he's not an obvious one. He's not an obvious one.
Did he? Still not shouting, bagging that drama, yeah.
Well, what did he do at the weekend? Don't get me started. What did he do at the weekend?
Huh? Did he? What did he do?
Yeah, what did he do?
He scored, didn't he? Scored two, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He scored in one game more, 2 goals. Unbelievable. Beat his Ireland record in one game.
Shut your mouth.
No, love Ditzy. You know I love Ditzy. Right, do get your entries into our competition as well, where you can win the signed Roma shirt. Not signed Roma shirt, a Roma shirt and a signed Jemison bottle. Jesus, promising the world here. But yeah, you can get that in as well. But where best to start? In the words of Bobby Sands, James McClean is back home in Derry. Right, Connor, how did this move come about? Were you surprised? Are you happy? And what will it bring to the League of Ireland? I know we have a League of Ireland show as well, but it's a brilliant move, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant move for James. Brilliant move for the league in general. Brilliant move for Derry. Brilliant news for just Irish football in general. Obviously, he's getting almost 37, 36, 36, 37. He's not a spring chicken anymore, but as you see with him, if you follow him on Instagram, you follow him on any social media, he is a workaholic. He never stops training. He's probably the fittest Irish player at the moment, probably one of the fittest players probably that was in the championship. But obviously, unfortunately, when you watch him, that extra yard of pace, which he always had, he was always quite a quick player. He had lost it slightly. But for what the exciting thing is now, he has played actually quite a bit in the championship this season because Kakachi has been out injured, and he actually has done quite well. He's picked up a number of assists because he whips in a brilliant cross from corners and set pieces, and now he's back coming home. A move I think we all expected to happen eventually. We probably thought it might have happened a couple of years sooner because he obviously you think a lad maybe 34, 35, you thought he might want to give some of his best years or final best years to Derry. But I think it's a credit to himself that he's kept himself in such unbelievable shape. He's kept his body right, doesn't pick up injuries, and he managed to go up the levels at Wrexham and not really lose it too much at all. And then now he's and now he's back home where I still think he's gonna make a big impact for Derry because obviously it's not the championship, but he could definitely still play in League One, and if he can still play in League One, he can still do a job in the League of Ireland. And I think Derry are building a superb squad. I've heard they've more lads coming in than already announced at the moment. So. And I think, especially, they're going a lot more younger profile this year. They need that leader. Obviously, his brother Paddy's gone back to him as well. So it's the McClean duo at Derry this season. Be interested now if he plays left back or wing back or right wing back or right wing or left wing or as one of the number 10s maybe, because they've Brandon Fleming there who they signed from Hull last season, who's been really, really good, and I don't think they'll want to drop him, to be honest. So I think it's going to be, obviously it'd be good to have competition, and with Europe as well, they could do very well in Europe qualifiers this year, and with the grass pitch coming in, Derry are on up. Luckily they have probably the richest owner in League of Ireland football, who pretty much has an open checkbook. If he wants things to happen, he'll go do it. I've seen he spoke a lot about how much money he's investing in the underage setup this year, which Derry has always kind of lacked. A lot of very talented young players from Derry that would tend to now go to the likes of Cliftonville or even Linfield or other Belfast clubs because the academy setup was better. But now they're putting huge money in, so these young lads aren't leaving and they're staying with their local club. And yeah, so it's huge for Derry. It's huge for the League of Ireland. It's big for James because I think, was it 25 years since the last one a League of Ireland title, and I think that'll be his biggest focus now heading into this season.
And just like you're saying there, it's interesting to talk about like the investment in youth there. I mean, James McClean's coming to the end of his career. Do you think that's kind of his pathway now back into kind of Irish football as a kind of management, kind of coaching role as well eventually, and see what influence he'll have there? Because thinking about him and his, he's a controversial figure, but if he ever wanted to go into coaching, I think he'd probably have limitations being able to do so in England.
I don't think he'll be a coach. No. I think he'll retire and he'll go start doing boxing, and he'll go into like Misfits, because he always speaks about how much he loves boxing and he wants to do boxing, and he's always saying about the Misfits, the promotion with all the influencers and YouTubers, and like Danny Simpson fought on it. They do get Wayne Bridge was meant to fight KSI before that was called off, so I think he'll be desperately trying to get onto that because he can tell he really wants to fight. Hasn't got the opportunity to do it yet. Maybe if there's a card in the League of Ireland off season next year, because obviously the League of Ireland off season is a lot longer than normal off seasons. Maybe Derry might let him, but yeah. So I think I think what he'll do is when he'll retire after maybe I'd say he'll do 2 seasons with Derry, hope to win a League of Ireland title, and I think he'll retire contently. But no, it wouldn't be a bad thing starting at your local club, going being a young star there, then getting the move to England, playing over 150 games in the Premier League, playing more than that in the Championship anyway, and playing 100 times for your country. And and then coming home to win a League of Ireland title after being so long without doing it, and then go into boxing, which is obviously he's not going to go on to be a professional boxer, but he looks quite good in the pads when he posts his social media posts. And obviously, fitness will never be an issue with him. It's just about obviously being technically elite, but he seems to be really, really good. So I think he'll go into Misfits. He'll probably beat a few people with ease and a few easy paydays for him, because he'll be good on the mic as well. He'll be good at causing mayhem online. So it'll be. I don't think he'll go into coaching, to be honest with you. I think he'll go on to do a bit of box. Maybe he does it after. Maybe he does it after he does the boxing, but I don't think anytime soon when he retires.
I think though he has got the media profile as well though in Ireland. Like he's done RTE, hasn't he, and Virgin TV or wherever it is as well. Done that stuff on the matches before. So that can be something I think he'll explore as well. You know, he did that Living with Lucy thing as well. So you know, it works out well for him hopefully. And yeah, I think it's fantastic for the league that he's gone back there. Certainly gives a bit of interest as well. So yeah, best of luck to him, because you can't fault his passion for Irish football. And as I said, controversial figure, but you know, stands by his beliefs, and fair play to him. You know, he's had an incredible career, James McClean, and you know, it'd be interesting to see how it all develops. Just to come on then to before we go into OBIG and stuff. A few injury woes we're talking about, Connor, with Ireland players. Got a couple injuries to be worried about for March.
Obviously we have I was about to say Deli Ali because I've seen a comment, but I mean Adam Ida, he's obviously gone for quite a while. He should be back before March, but as we've seen, other strikers are doing well. Obviously, a couple others, and then Johnny Kenny was back at the score sheet the weekend, so he's competition now for his place. But he's out for the foreseeable. Obviously, it's the next 6 weeks anyway. Jamie McGrath was injured last weekend, but he's back now. Killian Phillips picked up an injury last weekend, but they were back. But that is still not a great thing to be picking up injuries, slight niggles this sort of season when there's so many games that easily come back. And then the big ones too that we've seen the weekend. Jason Knight missed Bristol City's game with injury, and he's missed quite a few games. Obviously, he picked up his first injury in a long, long time. Was it against Preston? It was 2 years today since he didn't play 90 minutes in a game, and then it was Preston again who he'd done it again. So then he missed time with injury, and now he's injured again. I don't think it's serious. Same with Malumbi. He was out with a calf knock the other day, but he's missed quite a few games in the last month or two with injuries. So there are a couple of lads that are kind of picking up these niggles every so often. Probably they're getting rushed back because there's so many games and they're not coming back to 100%, and then something else is given way, which is not a good sign. And then obviously the big one is Evan Ferguson. Still not back. We'd expect him to be back for Thursday's game in the Europa League. I can't remember who they're playing. They're playing in that, aren't it, the last 6:32. They're playing someone in the, hold on, I'll just check now. On Thursday they play Stuttgart in the Europa League last 32, I believe. I don't think it's. Or maybe the group stage isn't over yet, is it not? Oh no, group stage is still like a week left or two, isn't there? So they play Stuttgart. I think he's back for that. But obviously we've seen Daniel Malin, who I was told by certain people on Twitter that he wasn't a striker, and he's a completely different position to Evan Ferguson, because I posed a post saying about a bit of worry now that they brought in Robinho Faz from or Faz begins with a V, I think, from Marseille, who's quite highly thought of in France, but I think Rome offered good money for him. He wasn't a starter for Marseille, so he's gone to Rome. And then Daniel Malin, who was Ollie Watkins' backup at Aston Villa, but when he played, he actually was quite good. I always was quite impressed with him. Obviously, he had some bad moments. There's a reason why he wasn't starting or getting a huge amount of game time. But he's gone in the weekend, and it looked like Gasparini was an absolute awe of his performance. Supposedly he was out of this world. He was ridiculously good, and he got a goal as well to go with it, which is not a good sign for us. I think he played as a 9, and then that Robinho lad from Marseille came on off the bench as well. So it's not going to be easy for Evan to get back in the team now straight away. Obviously, he'll get minutes and stuff, but we'll know, as we spoke about, there's only 12 days left the window. So he's 12 days, we know properly. Watching Brighton, obviously Brighton are playing at the moment, watching the first half tonight, the levels between just the style of play with Brighton than it is with Roma is crazy. Obviously, if they played each other, maybe Roma might beat Brighton or overall our better side, because there's some very good individual quality. But just to watch them on the eye, they're so bad to watch, Rome. And Brighton are are so good to watch. Although they're losing to Bournemouth, I think they're still 1-0 down, and they can be sloppy. I just think Evan would be so much better suited to going back to Brighton and playing there. And obviously, they still have Danny Welbeck. Ruter kind of plays as a false nine. I still think he, because of Danny or because of Welbeck's age, because of Ferguson's ability more than anything, will get loads of minutes. So I'd love if he went back there, because I just don't like the Roma thing. I don't particularly, just as I've personally likes watching football, I don't like watching Roma because they're just crap to watch. But I don't know what's going to happen with Ferguson now that Malin is playing as that 9. Well, people try to doubt me, saying he's going to play at the 9. So as I said, don't doubt me. And if Ferguson leaves, he'll probably sign Xerxes, because he's not going to get minutes under Carrick, it seems like, at United. And they need to get Evan off the books if they're going to bring Joshua Xerxes in.
Yep. Okay. Well, we're monitoring here, of course, with all the transfer window, as we said, about 12 days left. So we'll have it all covered on Lansdowne Raw. So make sure you have subscribed, follow the show, follow us on Twitter, all our socials where we provide regular updates on what's happened with the Irish lads. We're going to come on to Obig very, very soon. But should we give a last, or should we do Obig and then we'll do the draw? Should we do a last call for entries for the draw?
Yeah, we'll do last calls and we'll do Obig and then we'll go into it.
Yep. Right, 5 minutes left, so you can enter the draw. The link is in the description. The link is in our comments, actually. You can enter this £10 or €10, whatever it is, to enter this draw where you can win a signed Ian Harte bottle of Jameson, a collaboration. There's a limited edition bottle with Puma. Collaboration. We've got Ian. We're very generous from Jameson to donate a full bottle of Jameson signed by Ian Harte for our wonderful interview that we did with him. And also we've got a Roma shirt of your choice from the current season. You can get Evan Ferguson on the back of it if you really want, but that's what we're giving away in the next probably 15 minutes. We're going to do the draw, so you've got a last opportunity to enter. As I said, the link is in the comments. Right, let's get on to Obig. This is where we catch up with how the lads got on over the weekend, and we're going to start off with the goalkeepers. So Queeveen Kelleher, he played 90 minutes in a 2-0 loss versus Chelsea. Max O'Leary not in the squad for Bristol City. Josh Keeley, 90 minutes in a 2-2 draw versus Lincoln. Mark Travers, an unused sub for Everton. And Gavin Bazunu, who gets the blame at Southampton, now at Stoke, 90 minutes in a 0-0 draw versus QPR. And we were at the game, Connor, and you put it up as 1-1.
Yeah. But, yeah. At the moment.
Just have a... We spoke about Josh Keeley and that we were both at the game, Luton earlier, but one thing we had a chat about the other day, actually, at the game, was how composed Josh Keeley is on the ball. And it's League One, we know that, but he made an incredible save. Very, very composed. I mean, just the level was ridiculous, I think. And obviously Jack Wilshere's the manager there, doing a very good job now. Really interesting in the backroom staff, as I said there. Kevin Foley played Republic of Ireland, treated disgracefully, in my opinion, when he was dropped from the 2012 Euro squad. Very controversially, last minute as well, if you remember. Some of the older heads of Irish football fans will know that. You
tried to tell Josh Keeley that like he'd remember.
I did, yeah. I won't say what his reaction was when I said it was Paul McShane who came in for Kevin, but he did say a little bit of insight was how Kevin Foley's such a good player, still joining in with training. So I love hearing those kind of stories as well. But just about Josh Keeley generally, so composed, and League One, you think it's all like rush and kick and just a bit of a fight and physical and hustle and bustle. It was a really entertaining game, as we said, but just every time it came back to Josh Keeley, really, really composed. I know you will be accused of being biased because we're at the game and whatever it was, but just very, very composed. You've got to be a good goalkeeper now. You have to be good with your feet to get to the highest level. I think he will get to a higher level. Absolute lovely lad as well. Very kind of down to earth, isn't he? Connor, taking the piss out of you. I enjoyed that particularly as well. But he just was composed. You're hearing the crowd saying, kick the ball. What are you doing? Why is he taking a touch? Just put your foot through it. But, that's the way the manager wants to play. So I think they're in a good position, Luton, in a way that they've got such a great goalkeeper in there, to be honest. But he made a great save as well, didn't he, at the end?
Yeah, he's top class. He won't be a League One player after this season, whether Luton fans like it or not. He's just ready for a level above. He's probably ready for it now. But Luton was probably too good of an opportunity to turn down. guaranteed, obviously, to go in as number one straight away. And he, well, like I still think Luton have a great chance of going up. They have so much money from the parachute payments still coming in that they can invest more in this window. And you can see they're like 1 or 2 players off from even really finishing, I would say, just behind Cardiff and automatics, because they seem to have first place wrapped up. Like you see Lincoln in second. There's nothing between them and Luton. Like, or Luton, you could say Luton are maybe a better side. Like, and overall, the football they play, Lincoln are more direct. And maybe Luton lack that type of Jack Moylan type player who could create that moment of magic out of nothing, which I think they probably need to look to get maybe a number 10 in Luton particularly. But yeah, I thought he was very impressive. But I wasn't surprised, to be honest with you, Martin, because I know he's that good. But yeah, he whether Luton go up or not, he'll be playing the championship next season, and yeah, he's destined to go on to do really, really good things in the game. And I like what's good that we have a great crop of keepers. Obviously, we were saying about Travers not playing at the moment, and he's his competition to get into the Ireland squad. Obviously, Keeley, because of League One, is quite hard to take his spot, but not playing in the Prem, not getting any minutes with Everton is not a good look. Although we all know Travers is an excellent keeper and can play in the championship with ease. It's still not a good thing not to be sharp or playing every week. And when you're a young lad, that's the future maybe. Up your arse trying to get into the squad, it is a nervy thing for him. And then Gavin Mizuno made his first league appearance for his Stoke at the weekend. Clean sheet in that 0-0 draw with QPR. I don't know if Deck Finnegan said how he done or anything, if Deck's watching or if he knows, because I'm sure Deck was there. But it was good to see him keep a clean sheet. I don't think I looked, he had 2 saves to make. Both were in injury time, so I don't know if he didn't have that much to do, or it was more like what Josh Keeley was doing the day where he was playing with the ball at his feet for most of the game. But it was good to see Gavin, especially get the clean sheet, just get it out of the way, get the first game out of the way, keep a clean sheet, be happy, keep the fans happy. He's happy, and they can move on to the next because Stoke have a very good squad, and they're going to bigger things. And it looks like Max O'Leary's on his way out of Bristol City. It's not that he wasn't picked. It looks like he's looking to get out of the club this month. So I'd expect him to. I don't know where he's going to go. To be honest with you, I don't know where he starts for any other championship team unless an injury crisis appears out of somewhere. But yeah, I don't think there's anything. Oh, Kelleher, by the way, Kelleher gave away a penalty. I don't know if you've seen it, Martin. Quite lackadaisical by Kelleher. Something you would never expect from to forget the ball was underneath his foot pretty much, and then he took down was it Liam Delap after? But it's just it is what it is, isn't it? And
you've got to make mistakes.
He's going to make mistakes. Yeah, it's going to make mistakes. Like Josh Keeley will make one mistake with his ball at his feet this season. It'll lead to a goal, and it's just because we're not there, we don't notice it. And maybe because it won't be on match today, we won't notice it after as much with Kelleher. But it'll happen to Kelleher. It happens to everyone. At least he showed he is human, because as of late he's looked like he's not human. And I'm sure John Terry enjoyed it with his TikTok videos where he's saying that. Keith, did you see that I sent that of saying that Collins has only done well since he's come into the team, since Keith Andrews brought him in recently? Has he not watched Brentford last 3 years? He's been starting he played every single minute of every game in the Premier League last season, but he's only just been brought into the Brentford team. But at least he said he's doing very well. At least he sees that Collins is a top player. But yeah, I thought that was funny seeing John Terry say that.
Yeah, I did notice that as well. Yeah, right. We're going to come on to the defenders. Here we go. So Robbie Brady out injured at the moment, but back in training. We'll come on and chat about him a little bit more. John Egan, 90 minutes in a 2-1 win versus Southampton for Hull City. Seamus Coleman also back in training with Everton, but was an unused sub. Nathan Collins, 90 minutes in that 2-0 loss versus Chelsea for Brentford. Matt Doherty, an unused sub for Wolverhampton. Joshua Honohan out injured and at Lincoln at the moment. Shame we didn't get to see him. Jake O'Brien, 90 minutes in a 1-0 win versus Aston Villa for Everton. Andrew Omobamidele out injured at the moment with Strasbourg. Darragh O'Shea, 90 minutes in a 3-0 win versus Blackburn for Ipswich Town. Liam Scales, 22 minutes in a 2-0 win versus Auchinleck. James Abankwah, 90 minutes, 2-0 loss versus Millwall. Jimmy Dunn, 90 minutes in that 0-0 draw for QPR versus Southampton. Callum O'Dowd, no game for Ferencváros. Mark McGuinness, not in the squad for Sheffield United. Ryan Manning, 89 minutes in a 2-1 loss versus Hull for Southampton. Aaron Cash, 90 minutes in an own goal in a 3-0 loss versus Ipswich for Blackburn Rovers. And Selmo Garcia McNulty, 90 minutes in a goal and a 3-1 win versus AZ Alkmaar. against Troy Parrott, of course. Will Ferry, 90 minutes, 2-0 win versus Ayr for Dundee United. And Corian Darber, 90 minutes, 1-0 loss versus AC Milan for Lecce. Right, let's start where Dave wants you to start. Aaron Cashin, what happened?
Don't know. I wasn't watching, to be honest. I was watching the derby outside Kenilworth Road. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest. But he seemed to do excellent as debut. I don't know how he actually done overall. They lost 3-0, but easily an own goal like that can hide a good performance if he done quite well. But I don't know how he done, to be honest. But he got 90 minutes in the leg with Blackburn this season or the other evening. Obviously they lost, but it is what it is. He's still a good player. I don't want to Dave brainwash anyone. Like, there was a reason Brighton bought him for 12 million or whatever it was. Other than that, great to see two left-footed centre backs. Although obviously Cashin, but he put the ball back in his own net. Two other left-footed centre backs who could come into the equation for March. Not merely because I think that they would in general if everyone was fit and eligible to play, but Liam Scales is out for the first game. So maybe we need a left-footed centre half to even just be in the squad as backup if needed. And Corian Daba played 90 minutes as a left centre half in a 3 against AC Milan the other day. Done very well. The game was it's like all Italian games, it was quite difficult to watch. Defenders were on top, but he was the standout defender for Lecce. I thought he done really well. I think he's starting to really establish himself at that club, because obviously when he first came in, he didn't really play at the start. He got 1 or 2 appearances off the bench, but then kind of came back out of the team again. And then now in the recent weeks, he's starting to really build up the minutes. His first time playing 90 minutes in Serie A, which is a big achievement. So fair play to Corey. Away it's a San Siro, which not every Irish player can say they do. Done well against AC Milan, who are one of the top Italian sides. And I think he could become an option from the Scottish League to Lecce in the space of a year. Could become an international of sorts. Maybe I think March could be too soon, but he's done really well. And then the other left-footed centre half, Martin, that done really well at the weekend. Dave's actually favourite player in the world, Anselmo Garcia McNulty, with a brilliant header against AZ Alkmaar on Saturday. Troy Parrott obviously stole the show midweek with the hat-trick, but then at the weekend he was brought down back to earth with another Irishman stealing all of his spotlight with a lovely header against AZ. He got in the Eredivisie team of the week, which I'd say is fully deserved in that 3-1 win. And there's another player that I just think, we done a video of 10 players that need to move this month, and I think he has to get out of PEC Swole. He's too good for them. He needs to go to the next level. He needs to be in one of the top 5 leagues, particularly to get in our squad as centre half. And I think he has to get a good little move from now, because he's a really, really good player. He needs to test himself at a higher level so we know he's ready for senior international football. It's different for a striker like Parrott because, isn't it? It's an attackers league more than anything. It's like there's really, really good attackers, really exciting players, but defenders struggle. So Anselmo needs the next move, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does as well. But fantastic as well to see Robbie Brady back in training. We know that as well. We've had a few comments coming on that. And also Seamus Coleman was back in the squad, wasn't he? But although unused for Everton. So good to see that. Jacob Bryan, though, did he start on the left side for Everton during the week?
He did. He started. I don't know if you've seen the match yesterday, but he was actually really good. He had a header ruled out for offside, which wasn't. It was Harrison Armstrong was in the offside position, and they thought he affected play. But I think it's quite harsh because I don't think it would have affected O'Brien's header. It was a brilliant header, which is quite tough on him because I think that's 2 goals in a row he's had ruled out for offside with headers. But it's good to see him doing quite well. And impressing as centre half mainly because he hasn't really got a huge chance to play centre half, and Patterson played at right back, who's not great. But if they don't sign a right back and O'Brien keeps in centre half, it might mean Coleman might get more minutes.
I did see go on. No, I did see a few comments from friends of mine follow QPR just on Jimmy Dunn that he's basically linchpin for them. He could be one I think might kind of push if there's any doubt to any injuries and stuff like that. He's been in the round of squads before, wasn't he? Yeah, I know he has,
but been centre half. Yeah, but I know the big thing is if Oman Bamadali's playing every week and doing well, he'd be in the squad because he's at a very good French team in a top 5 league. But he's injured again now. I don't think it's serious. I think it's just a slight calf injury. But it's like, come on, just stop getting injured. It's annoying. It's not, even though it's not his fault, and then you hear people like Dave who just don't shut up about it. So
But in all honesty, though, with Oman Bamadali, it worries me too that if you bring him to a World Cup, right, You can't rely on him at a World Cup. He can't play back-to-back games. Like, so what's the point?
But
There's
I
got to
think
be
the thing
something
is,
more
I don't think he's.
serious
But
there,
thing is,
isn't
the
there?
thing is, he's not. He won't. Yeah, but the thing is, he won't. But expected. I don't think he'd become a starter between now and the World Cup just because lads have done quite well, and established himself. Even if you think he's a better player than like a Darrow Shea or Scales, I think he will not start. But I do think if you don't want Bama coming off the bench as an option or as a backup, I think he's an unbelievable backup to have, and I think we'd be really happy to have him if he had to come on off the bench. To be back up to what we got because I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's superb. So I don't think there's too much to worry about there, to be honest. But Mark McGuinness wasn't in the squad, which is a bit of a worry, Martin.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? You think back to Wembley, well, a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? Wembley. So,
Yeah.
and just not happening for him. So there's a player there certainly,
Yeah, and
but needs to get a move.
not gonna lie. Yeah. And also just one last defender, obviously John Egan's on it for Hull. Cal McCarthy, Ireland under 21 international. Came on at half time for Hull in their win against Southampton the other day. Played at right back, can play centre half, right back, left back, centre mid. Really, really good player who's kicked on life really, really well at Hull since signed from UCD in the summer. Has gone from League of Ireland First Division to Championship football in the space of a couple of months, and he's doing really well. So it's good to see another young Irish player doing really well. I know it's a defender, and everyone's not another defender, but he's an exceptional young player and one to keep watch out for between now and the end of the season because he's really impressive at Hull.
Cool, yep. Well, we'll definitely monitor him as well. Right, on to the midfielders. Thanks for your comments as well. We will get all through to those as well. Jason Knight out injured, Bristol City at the moment. Killian Phillips, 105 minutes in a penalty shootout win versus Livingston for St Mirren. Will Smallbone, cousin Will, out injured at Millwall. Jack Taylor, 79 minutes and a goal and a 3-0 win versus Blackburn. Josh Cullen, sadly out injured with that ACL injury. Finn Azaz, 16 minutes in a 2-1 loss versus Hull for Southampton. Mark Sykes out injured at the moment, Bristol City. Jason Malumbi not in the squad for West Bromwich Albion. Andy Moran waiting on his next move, basically. He's training with Brighton. Jamie McGrath, 90 minutes and a 1-0 loss versus Dunfermline. Alan Brown, 90 minutes and a 3-2 win versus West Bromwich Albion for Middlesbrough. And Boston Lowell, 76 minutes and 0-0 draw versus QPR for Stoke City. Connor Coventry, unused sub for Charlton. And Joe Hodge, 12 minutes in a 1-0 loss versus Braga for Tondela. Right. Where to start? I think only one place. King Boston. How did he get on?
Played left
Everyone's
back
jumping on
again.
the train. Yep. All right.
Again, which but stop playing with left back, will you, Mark Robbins? You're pissing me off. I know you have no left back at the club because they're all injured, but just stop playing them there, will you? Doing my head in. But I think Aaron Cresswell is back, or he's come back. Oh, actually, I seen Boston played 76 minutes because who is kind of their backup to Aaron Cresswell, came back from injury as well. So it hopefully means he'll start the next game or Cresswell's back and Boston can move into midfield because I'm sick of seeing him at left back. Even though he's doing really well there and he's playing really well, he's not a left back. And for Ireland's sake, we can't have him playing left back every week. Connor Coventry, who would seem maybe he's the other number 6 possibly to come into the squad, an unused sub for Charlton, and their 2-0 win against Sheffield United, which is a bit of a worry why he didn't play. But I guess we'll just reassess maybe because there's midweek games. Maybe I think Sheffield United got 2 red cards in the first half the other day. And maybe when they went 2-0 up, they thought we'll save Connor for the midweek games because it never stops going. Championship football, and maybe better save them. But I guess we'll see tomorrow if they're playing tomorrow or Wednesday. Other than that, a lot of injuries in midfield. I know Malumbi says not in the squad, but he's injured. Obviously, Scottish Cup was on the weekend. Killian Phillips played 105 minutes with they drew 1-1 with Roland Adowu. Another Irishman getting the goal after a couple of minutes for them. Jack Taylor got a goal, which is good to see, and he's getting a lot of praise from Ipswich fans, which he was struggling to get for quite a while. They weren't the biggest fans of him, and now they're saying he's probably their player of the season so far. He was their man of the match the other day. He got a goal, and they said they're very delighted for him because he's not got that goal yet this season, and they've been waiting for it because he's deserved it. So it's good to see. But I don't know if he'll come in to start in March. Like the problem is, like he started against Portugal at home, done actually quite well that day. and then was dropped for the second. He was the only player that got dropped for the game
Mm.
against Hungary. So if Malumbi's fit or Knight's fit, I think the two of them will start over him in that place. It's just whether maybe they start together. I don't like to look at Knight and
Yeah.
Malumbi together.
He's just such a strange one, Taylor, though, because he's just, I don't know, like what he stands out doing. Do you know?
Yeah, he doesn't
You
have.
know,
He
like
doesn't have.
he's just not
He's just
existed.
solid.
You know, he's not got that massive profile of, I just don't think he's done anything spectacular. Not that, many of the players have in a sense, but I just think the profile's not there. He never, but actually it's happening now. Like you say, he's scoring goals every week and
Yeah,
doing really, really well. And maybe that's going to happen now.
yeah.
He's
But the
never linked
thing
with a
is,
big move or anything like that.
yeah,
You just think he's
yeah,
kind of
he's
there.
just good. He's good and he does well. But
Yeah.
it's hard to know what his best position is really for Ireland because he can play deeper as one of those sixes. He's probably best as an 8, but he's played quite a bit as a 10 for Heimer coming on off the bench when like Azaz was getting tired. He'd bring Taylor on off him because he
Mm.
adds up. I think he's quite good coming off the bench. He brings really good energy when he comes off the bench, and he always seems like a player that comes on and he really wants to show this is why I should be starting. That's probably the problem with him sometimes. He's every player comes off the bench, he'll do really well off the bench. He'll show this is why I should be starting, this is why I should be starting. It's like he's got to kick up the arse, like how dare you not start me?
Mm.
And then when he starts, he doesn't play near as well. So it's interesting. I don't think he'll start in March, but like the thought of it being like Malumbi and Knight as a pivot together, it's quite scary to me. So I just hope that it's Boston or Connor Coventry beside Malumbi, Knight, or Taylor, or even like obviously Smallbone could come in and play as one of the sixes, but defensively off the ball he lacks quite a bit and doesn't have that physical presence either, even though he's quite a big fella. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, there's a lot of injuries in the midfield at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean that's a worry as well, obviously. But we'll come on and talk about the attackers. Here we go. Fessia Basele not in the squad for Istanbul. Evan Ferguson out injured at the moment, still on loan at Roma. Adamida injured with Swansea at present as well. Casey McAteer also injured at Ipswich Town. Troy Parrott 90 minutes in a 3-1 loss versus PEC for AZ Alkmaar. Sammy Schmodix 11 minutes and a goal, his first at Portman Road for Ipswich Town. Sinclair Armstrong 30 minutes in a 0-0 draw versus Oxford for Bristol City. Mikey Johnson 90 minutes in a 3-2 loss versus Borough for West Bromwich Albion. Rocco Vata is back in training for Watford. Tom Cannon 45 minutes in a 0-0 draw versus Oxford Sheffield United.
They lost 2-0 to Charlton, I don't know why it says that.
Chidozie Ogbene not in the squad for Sheffield United. Tyler Goodrum out injured at the moment with Oxford United. Adomo Amaku 24 minutes, 2-0 win versus Watford for Millwall. Johnny Kenny 87 minutes and a goal and a 2-0 win versus Auchinleck Talbot. Louis Barry injured, recalled Sheffield United. There you go. Nice and quick on that one. So Sammy Schmodix, I've seen a comment coming in already about Sammy Schmodix. Do we think, in a way, is he going to be coming back into contention, perhaps?
Oh yeah, he's obviously he's definitely in contention. He definitely has a shot. Would I have him in the squad? No, to be honest with you. Not and reason I just think
Are you
because
saying that some of the Raw faithful and Irish fans have to put that flag away?
and the song as well, the Bulgaria song. No, but it's not. It's not again. It's actually just not. It's not to do with the player or something. It's because when he plays for Ireland, he plays on the left wing, and he's not a left winger in my eyes. Well, yeah, I know he's played there quite a bit for Ipswich and Ireland, but I think it's just his best position. Obviously, is a 10 behind the striker, where he's given a bit of freedom to. I think when you play him as on the left wing, he's too deep. He's constantly just doing a shift off the ball rather than on the ball. And when he gets on the ball, like he's not the player that'll pick up the ball on the left wing and run past 4 or 5 men and whip a ball into the cross. It's just not his game. He's a 10, like so. I just think if we're going to have 2 left wingers in my eyes, it would be Johnson and Vata. Because I know Heimer loves Vata, and Vata's back now in training. I think he will really kick on like he was doing before he done his hamstring for Watford. So yeah, I just don't. I personally wouldn't if I was going to pick Smolix as a left winger, and then the 10 thing because Zaz is our number 1, and then I think he just rather play midfielders or Taylor there because of Spodix is obviously quite slight and small, and you see with Heimer he likes big physical profiles. So that's the reason I just don't think he should be in the squad. Not to do with maybe if he was seen in a different position, maybe I'd change my mind. But just reading there, obviously Tyler Goodrum's out for the rest of the season after getting ankle surgery, which is not good for a young lad, especially who was starting to do quite well under the new manager. Ogbene, obviously he's back in training, but not back in the squad yet. Who other than that, obviously a lot of them were injured and not playing. And Johnny Kenny, thank God he got his goal again against that what Alcon took Talbot in the Scottish Cup. He scored a nice goal. And then he got a second goal, which was a lovely finish, got ruled out for offside, was just offside. So it's great to see him get that goal. Really good to see him just back playing with a bit of confidence after getting a ridiculous amount of abuse or unfair amount of abuse from Celtic fans in recent weeks. And we all know they're acting like he's not a good finisher. We all seen with Rovers. We've seen particularly in the European games against teams that are on Celtic's level or as good. He's shown he can finish with the best of them. So it's good to see Johnny get back in the goals. He's the real JK24 in Irish football, if anyone wants to know. So I'm glad to see him get that goal. Fair play to Johnny.
Oh dear, you nearly started a war with that the other day. Anyway, it was all great at Kenilworth Road. Thinking back to Ireland beating China as well. Another in joke.
Yeah, what was that about? He only beat them 1-0 and then missed the penalty. Where is he? Why? He better. What is
he doesn't comment. He's probably in bed, that lad. The real rep tracker. But yeah, delighted with himself. He was about that, telling me about penalty saves and everything. But right, that's Obig wrapped up. We're going to come on now just to our draw in a minute for the Jemison bottle. Sorry, yeah, go on. What?
We missed someone.
What did we miss?
Someone scored twice at the weekend.
Oh, you've not put him in it.
Yeah, but who scored twice?
Did he? The King.
Did he scored? The King scored twice. Did you see his second goal?
No.
Absolutely brilliant. The first goal got them 1-0 up. 93rd minute. Poor CJ Hamilton was put 1-on-1 with Didsey in the box. Didsey threw a shoulder, threw a step over, and Hamilton went the other way. Didsey went to his left, and he smashed in the bottom corner to win the game. 94th minute. The sight to behold. The king of Irish football. The king of football. What a goal. What a double. Great to see. The king back to his brilliant best.
Yeah. No, I do love Didsey. It's a bit of jest when I say I don't. But I mean, you know, it's incredible, isn't it? That he's kept going, doing the business.
38, yeah.
38 years old. Fair play to him. And yeah, I mean, it's just a shame that he didn't do it.
It would have been some week
for Ireland, but like brilliant.
It would have been some week if that header he had at Liverpool would have went in.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was a tough chance, but he made it look easier probably than it was because the delivery was hard to get on the end of. But yeah, it would have been some week if he scored the equaliser and got that winner. But we'll take the winner on Saturday instead.
We certainly will. Right, we're going to come on to your comments, but first of all, we're going to do our draw for the Jemison bottle. So just bear with us a second, and we'll be doing that live on the show. Right, little intercession there. Right, I'm going to just share my screen, and we're doing a draw for the.
Why did you do that?
What's that?
Why did you do that?
I just wanted to break it up a little bit. It's
professional.
Just professional.
I
like to just so I could just mess around with my screen and all that kind of stuff. All right, is that all right? Right, here we go. So, 1 minute now. This is where it's going to go wrong. No. Right, here we go. Share screen. Right, 1 minute. Look at this. Just all be proper professional. Here we go. This is it. This is the draw for the Jemison bottle.
By the way, have you made sure? Have you made sure any lead entries?
Yes, I have. I've been monitoring, Connor. I've been monitoring. You're on it. You're on it. You are on it, actually. I can't believe it. Right, there you go. I'm going to do something now, like because it's obviously sharing the screen. I'm going to just shuffle it, and you can see. Look, you can see how I'm shuffling, and everyone's moving around. And then all I have to do is press the button in the middle, and it's going to click, click, click round. And here we go. Right, 31 entries. Thank you for your support. This is the winner of the Roma shirt and the signed Jemison bottle, Ian Harte. Here we go. Do you want to announce the winner, Connor?
No, you can do it. Go on, it'll say on it.
Oh,
It nearly was me.
It nearly was you. There you go. Tommy Halpin Kelly. Congratulations. Thank you for your support. We'll get the bottle to you and we'll be in contact with you as well to make sure that we can get you the size shirt that you want. And if you do want Evan Ferguson on it, we'll sort that out as well.
Oh,
But
by the
yeah,
way,
well done, Tommy.
Do you have
Yeah, go
Tommy's
on.
contact details, or will Tommy have to reach out to us?
No, we have Tommy's details.
Oh, okay. If you have,
we're a professional outfit, Connor. Don't be messing around. Right.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to send a DM, but
now I need to.
Fair play to Tommy. Congratulations, and thanks to everyone who supported, because obviously some of that money will be going to Head in the Game, a charity we've been working with all season, and we'll be donating even more money this week. Thanks, Troy, for scoring a hat trick, and other lads doing the business. So, but yeah, so hopefully, I think we might be passing the €200 mark this week, or very close to it. So, just on the goal scores, obviously we've done other things this year. So, and obviously if you want to donate to Head in the Game, there's a link in our description to match our donations so far, or just donate whatever you want to a great charity.
Yep, a fantastic charity as well. Do a lot of work, of course, for people to help them out, and we're really proud to support them. So yeah, we've raised a lot of money, Connor. You're costing me a fortune. More importantly, it's the Irish lads costing me a load of money, and I don't mind seeing that actually. So that's good. Right, we're going to come on to your comments. Thank you to everyone for watching tonight and supporting us so far. But yeah, here we go. Another good part of the show, and I'm looking for my little graphic thing. And here we go. Right. If you are still watching the show, of course, make sure you do give us a like. That really does help us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And if you do want to support us a little bit more, you can join us at Lansdowne Raw Plus, or you can buy us a coffee. The way you can do that is in the description, the show notes. Is that right? Yes.
There's only 12 likes on the YouTube video.
Not good enough. Not good enough.
Yeah, how many? Get us to at least 20 in the next 5 minutes, or Martin will kill you.
And we don't like to talk about our charity work, but we've just done a fantastic bit of work there for charity. So we should get a little bit of a praise for that as well. Right, here we go. First comment of the evening. Well, kind of was. Cormac Momo. Any news about Moran getting a move? The fact it's taken so long, he's aiming for a permanent move. Connor, anything on that?
No, I haven't heard that. And I heard he wants to go to the continent. Was my heard when I heard he turned, because he has turned down at AFC, turned down a permanent move to them. But I haven't heard what club, where it is. Obviously, I've seen a few championship clubs have been linked on Twitter, but I think that's just Twitter talk. So I don't know exactly, to be honest, where he will go. If he goes to championship to bottom, because I don't think he'll go to top half championship team at this stage. If he did, I would pull my hair out and I would delete all my social media. And but no, I hope he gets moved to the Eredivisie or something, or Germany or Belgium, one of those countries, because he's a superb player and everyone knows how good of a player I think he is.
Okay. We've got Oren Hughes here saying, who is Ireland playing in March for Euro qualifiers? World Cup qualifiers. I heard my friend at school talk about it. Thanks. Can you shout him out? And his name's Dermot Hughes. So hi, Dermot. How are you doing? Right. He's your mate, is he?
Yeah.
I knew that. How's school? Jesus, we have some piss takers on this show. Anyway, I hope school's doing well for you. Yeah. Anyway, obviously we're playing Czechia, and bit of news on that: 1,024 tickets going to Ireland fans for that. They're going to be getting details this week of when the away portal with the FAI goes live. Expecting huge demand, of course, for that one. We know there's thousands going over there to Prague, obviously, and we're going to be there too, aren't we, Connor? I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be some laugh. I can't wait. Well, it's not going to be a laugh if we lose, but it'll be until 7:45 on the Thursday anyway. It'll be class crack.
Yeah, can't wait for it. So yeah, do make sure if you are one of the people who've been at lots and lots of Ireland games, of course, make sure you do apply in time. Don't miss the deadline, and hopefully you'll be lucky with getting a ticket. The FAI have asked for tickets to be kind of given to them if there's a lack of demand from the Czechia FA and their support base, but they're reluctant to do so, obviously, because they don't want loads and loads of Irish there. But I'm sure there'll be Irish fans all over the stadium to support the boys in green on what hopefully will be a fantastic night as we qualify for the final, which will be in our own backyard a few days later. Morgan says, McGrath, this was into a player who perhaps could be creeping into that 25-man squad for March. Yeah, he's playing very well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing very well, scoring goals, assisting. probably overtaking Andy Moore at the moment. Now, I've obviously set up Andy Moore's not playing. He's getting goals. He's getting assists in the Scottish League. Obviously, he's only the Scottish League, but yeah, McGrath's doing really well and has definitely put himself in good stead.
Yeah, and that's something that is agreed with by Nick B8008. He says McGrath's a good shout, been very good for Hibs. And he also says Lowell definitely should be in the squad. King Boston himself, probably our most consistent performing player at the moment.
Probably our best player at the moment. I think it's more than just consistency. It's just probably our best player at the moment. He's different class, and yeah, I think he will be in it. I think he has to be in it because how good he is, and he's been in the squads before. Obviously, injuries ruled out October, November, but yeah, he's an unbelievable talent.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna jump around these comments a little bit, so don't worry if I miss them, Connor. I will come back. But we've also got CFM 1991 says looks like Brady is back in training. Could you see him doing a job in midfield in March?
Oh no, not midfielder. No, definitely not.
No,
Unless
it's
you
a
put him
great
as a
option
number
though, isn't
10.
he, on the left? Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't. I'm thinking midfield. I'm thinking of like them double pivot in midfield. No, not a chance.
Yeah, I think his experience could be vital, though. I think Robbie Brady, you think of the high pressure games he's played in as well. And I think even if he can make the bench, what he'll come on and do would be a massive help. For example, 1-0 up, 2-0 up, just to see out the game and just be really experienced and controlled. I think, that, and even just around the squad, he is that kind of senior pro now as well. So I think he's definitely one I think will be in the squad if he's fit. Little bit of League of Ireland kind of stuff now. I've seen lots of talk about this online, but Dele Alli to Bowes. Aaron Hughes asked the question, is he moving to Bowes? And also Good Ockford says Dele Alli to Bowes. I'd have Bowes winning the league if he signs.
No, he's not going to Bowes. He can't afford him, unfortunately. Like, even if he took a pay cut to 20K a week, Bowes couldn't even afford half that. So, yeah, he's not coming to Bowes. I wish he did, and I wish he did for the crack and enjoyed the League of Ireland, and maybe some sponsor would pay for half his wages or something mad like. But no, he's not going to be coming to the League of Ireland, unfortunately. But it has done some rounds on the internet, and there's been some laughs seeing it. And even Dublin Airport I've seen joined in.
Yeah. I mean, incredible, isn't it? Like, what a player he was at one stage. Like, it's just the fall off is incredible, and just shows you like the level of focus and consistency you need to be a top player. And you think back to that documentary, remember, with Tottenham and Jose Mourinho talking to him, mad.
And Ferguson saying about one player to sign at United. Yeah. Oh, and it's no surprise actually that Dave goes on about how overrated he is because of who he's Ferguson saying to sign him for United. I think that's why. Or Dave just loves to be right in hindsight. He'll say, "Oh yeah, I said he was always overrated." Like
half the time, Dave.
Probably said when he was at his best, "Oh, he's the best young player of all time."
See, Dave's a revisionist. He's a historian at heart. He knows to look back, and then he can, when it's happened, he can say, "Yeah, I knew that would happen." Anyway, we've also got a question from CFM 1991. I think we could see Nibble. How do you Nibble? Delap or Egan Riley making the switch to Ireland?
I think Egan Riley probably will, but I don't know about the other two, to be honest.
No. And Delap's a strange one as well. That move to Chelsea, and
it's just average player.
Yep, definitely. And then we got Aaron Gubbins. Well, lads, great to listen to you as always. March is only around the corner. Can't wait. Connor, where do you see McNulty going next? His mum is from my own parish in Clare, I heard. Kilmally.
I think he'll probably end up in La Liga, to be honest with you. Just because of Spanish links, and he's been linked to his old club Real Betis quite a bit in the past, so I think he'll probably go back to Spain, to be honest.
Okay. And also ask a question, what's the story do you know with Barry Cotter?
I think he's injured.
Okay.
I think. I'm not 100%, but I do think he is.
Yeah, okay. And Good of God also says, what do you think will be the most realistic squad for March? Smodic, Brady, etc. now available options. Who will be dropped and who will remain? You went for it earlier a little bit, Connor. And not expecting many shocks in a way, are we? And people who've been in the squad. I don't mean, will there be any new people who've never been in an Ireland squad before? Do you think anyone will come in who's never been in an Ireland squad? I can't see it
unless
myself.
like someone like Paul Nebel switches to Ireland. No, I don't think so. Okay. There couldn't be. Obviously, it could be a few debuts. Boston Obviously, Rocco Vata may get his first meaningful minutes. The same with Sinclair Armstrong if he comes in as well. But obviously, I need him 21 earlier, who I think definitely would be in it. And it'll go up to 25 because we have the two men who are suspended, Scales and who's the other one? Festi. And unless Festi doesn't get picked because he's not, I don't know what story is with his club situation. He's always in and out of the Istanbul team. It makes no sense. But yeah, so that'd be 21. And I'd say Boston and Connor Coventry would take the 23. And then obviously there are two positions could be between the likes of Smodix, Sinclair, Johnny Kenny, Rocco Vata, Omobamidele, Jimmy Dunn, O'Dowda, Doherty, Smallbone. So there is options there. It'll be interesting who he goes with. Unless he wants to go 26, but I think he'll go 25.
For the World Cup, though, is it 26, I think, for the World
Yeah,
Cup?
it is 20. Yeah, it's 26.
So might as well start messing around with it now, especially with the, if you can do it, and obviously with the suspended players as well. So it would kind of make sense because there's not an awful opportunities, is there really? Aaron also says that young lad from Roma looks lively too. Very exciting to watch, even though it's only 15 minutes he was showing and very confident, which I still feel Ferguson doesn't do enough move and show for it.
Yeah, he does look good. That Rubinho boy from Marseille.
Okay. He also asked us, are we staying together in Prague?
Same, we're sharing beds, Aaron.
Spooning.
No, I'm in an apartment with a few lads, so I'm not in a hotel. Martin will be in a hotel, won't you?
I will be. Yeah, of course I will be. I was in the boat last time I went to Prague. I was in the boatel, which is nothing wrong with it. Perfect. And he says, if you were to pick one club for Parrot, where would it be? Dortmund, Leverkusen, or Seville? Them three teams.
Dortmund,
yeah, I'd go Dortmund as well. I'm actually going to a Champions League game tomorrow night at White Hart Lane.
Signal Iduna Park. The stadium Dortmund played.
Oh, okay. I'm going there.
No, but you're going to Tottenham Hotspur.
I'm going to Tottenham, yeah. See Dortmund. That'd be good. Bit of Champions League. Haven't heard of Champions League music for a long time. Man United fan. But yeah, going there tomorrow. Could be Thomas Frank's last game for Spurs. Lots of injuries for them as well. And I've been, little known fact, it's not very far from me, Tottenham, so that's why I occasionally will go. I've been to Tottenham Stadium 4 times, and I've never seen Tottenham win, and that includes women's team. So I'm banned by some of my friends, but I still got a ticket off a couple of them. Anyway, it's going to change soon, isn't it? Aaron also says, is Jaros the Czechia keeper? He's the keeper on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, the Liverpool keeper, ex-Pat. No, I don't even think he makes the squad. He hasn't been in any of the World Cup qualifier squads. It's Kovar, who is ex-Man United keeper, plays for Leverkusen. Is their keeper.
Okay, all right. Martin Fitzpatrick. Hi, Martin. A regular viewer and supporter of the show. Any news on Noonan? I've seen that a little bit of speculation.
Obviously, you've seen Romano say about advanced talks with Hoffenheim, and then Dan McDonald said that the bid was rejected at 1 million. Rovers will want over 2 million. I've heard from people who have sources around it that they still think Celtic's the move that's going to happen, to be honest, because the money that they'll pay will be the money that be offered to Michael Noonan. So yeah, it looks like, but a European team could still could grab him before Celtic would get him. It would be the end of the League of Ireland season. It would be next January before he could go there. Maybe European team. I don't know. I don't see, if Hoffenheim only offered 1 million. Now I don't see them doubling what they are offering to go pay what Rovers wants. So yeah, I don't think so, Martin. I don't think he'll end up at Hoffenheim, to be honest. The way I've heard things will play, it would take a lot. Maybe I think for Hoffenheim to maybe double the bid at this stage.
Okay. And Aaron Gubbins also says, is Obafemi still around, or has he hung up his boots?
Good question.
We took him off the thing.
No, he's just hidden. So Dave has him hidden. The same he's done with John Patrick. He has him hidden.
Okay.
I think what our agreement was, if Obafemi gets a move to the Championship or League, this can still bring him in Ireland's contention. He'll be unhidden, but if he goes to League One, he won't be. We don't know. We don't know if he's hung up the boots. We don't know if he's still alive. Don't know. He's just completely gone missing. He's meant to be getting recalled from Bochum there has been no confirmation whether he's been recalled or not. So I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's still in Germany or he's back in England. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. They signed Callum Marshall on loan from um thingy from West Ham. But actually I've just seen there the 16th, which was 3 days ago. The manager said in a press conference saying that Obafemi is trained fully and he is an option again. But I don't see how he's going to stay. They have three strikers already, plus
Yeah.
Marshall, who they signed. So yeah, I don't see Obafemi staying at Bochum, to be honest.
Okay. Clem Fandango also says to our news, Dele Alli isn't good enough for Bose. Aaron also asks us, where will we be staying when we get to the World Cup? Are you going to rent a villa? I don't think I'll be renting a villa if we get there. When we get there, let's be positive.
Well, it's Mexico. Have you
Moving
been to
around,
Mexico before?
Yeah, but not Mexico,
Yeah,
Mexico kind of thing, you know.
Oh yeah, but like I'd say if like
Mexico City will be fine, won't it?
yeah, I'd say and what's a
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. Is that where the first game is? And so maybe we could go like 5 days early, rent out a villa for the first couple. It's a good idea, Aaron. And then we'll get for the
Never
game.
make
And
the
then
game.
yeah, never make the game. But I don't know. Like it could be cheap in Mexico, but Aaron, you can sponsor us if you want to, like to rent a villa. We'll get a picture. We'll get a big sign saying sponsored by Aaron Gubbins. But if you're watching right now, 1-1000, and you want to sponsor the podcast, make sure you get in contact of any extent, no matter what your company is. But actually, Martin, I was just looking at Czech Republic because they have a couple of lads at Lyon actually, because he came up on my TikTok earlier. Pavel Solic, I don't know if he's played at all in the World Cup. Hasn't played since the Faroe Islands game in October for Czech Republic, but he's 25-year-old. He scored an absolute cracker against Brest yesterday, which was a serious goal. They have another lad at Lyon as well. He scored 9 goals in 10 starts in League this season. I think it's Sulic or Sulic, SULC. I don't know how you pronounce that. But he could be a player to watch out for now in March. There seem a few Czech players are doing quite well at the moment, but obviously they'll get pecked by a parrot. But that's one player just to watch out for who's doing quite well with Lyon.
Okay, yep, keep an eye on that. League of Ireland talk pods. Well, lads, what's the crack? Hope Paul's well. Hi, lads. Good to hear from you. And the last comment from Martin Fitzpatrick is, have we seen the Saipan movie yet? I've seen it. Connor, have you moved your ass yet?
No, I don't go to the cinema, to be honest. I don't go to the cinema, to be honest with you.
You're waiting for it on the different kind of formats screen.
It's already out. It's already out on it, to be honest. I just haven't gone to see. I just haven't turned it on, to be honest. No, I did say I'd wait to do reviews, a channel on it, and wait till Dave said he'd see it in London. So that's what I actually was planning to do. But I haven't been to cinema in about 3 years, I'd say. So I wouldn't be the type that would go up my arse and go to cinema. But if Dave actually does go see it when it comes out in London, I will go see it. I will make that arrangement. But I don't know with Dave, because Dave likes to talk shit. Who said that? But Dave will probably want a day off instead of going and seeing it. But I'm sure I've heard it's good. I seen Jimmy Dunn and Jeff Hendrick went to watch it with each other last night. If you've seen that,
nice.
But yeah, it'll be interesting.
I have seen it. Yeah, it's good fun. There's different views of it. The lads who were there have different views, of course, as well. But it's a bit of fun. We're hoping to get it, we will be doing a little bit on the Saipan movie very soon as well. So look out for that. And the way you can see that when it does come out is making sure that you subscribe to the show. And I'm going to look at that last comment in a minute. But yeah, you can make sure you subscribe to the show and you follow us on all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Are you on Snapchat and everything, Connor? You're all down with
Jesus
the kids.
Christ. You don't post Snapchat. That's
personal. I know that, you clown. Anyway,
you meant TikTok.
Hold of us. Yeah, TikTok. There you go. Anyway, thank you for your support tonight. One last question there. Aaron Gubbins, who's the most organised out of the three of you? It'll be me, Aaron.
It's not me. It's definitely not me. I'm the least organised
of the group. Quite a
well, you and Dave won't be happy with that one.
You're joking, aren't you? It's not even a debate.
Dave won't be happy with that organised question. I'm definitely the least organised. Because I just like to do. I just do what I don't get panicked like the other two.
Yeah,
I just do whatever.
I'm probably in the middle then. Dave just likes to be organised.
I think Dave's the most organised, but Dave can be too organised
Yeah,
at times.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
it pisses him off. Sometimes he'll get worried that if he's organised enough, type of person. Martin, you're organised, but then you're
Go with the
not
flow.
organised enough for Dave, because Dave will get pissed off if he thinks you're not organised, because he'd always think you're not organised, and then the night before you'll send a big list and he'd be like, why didn't he send that the other day? He could have sent to me when he could have told me he was doing it. He could have fucking told me he was doing it. But yeah,
Yeah. It all comes
I'm
together
not like them.
with me.
I don't panic. I do whatever, because I back
There you go.
myself. I'm not a coward like them.
Yeah, that's it. It all comes together. I trust it. It will all work out in the end. There you go. But thanks for over 1,000 watching this evening. Thank you for your support of the show. Really do appreciate. Connor, thank you for your wonderful insight into Irish football. Great weekend we had again together watching Super Josh Keeley in goal. And just going to give a shout out as well to the Irish lads that we saw with the Ireland flags at Kenilworth Road. We know that went down really, really well. With
the Luton Hatters or the Sligo Hatters.
Sligo Hatters, give them a shout out. Brilliant. Saw some fantastic.
I couldn't find the picture though. Could you find it? Because
I have it. I have it.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
well, yeah.
Have you sent it to Brendan? Because he was looking for it. He asked me, couldn't find it. Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, and fantastic support. There's a big Irish community in Luton, and yeah, fantastic to see you all getting behind Josh Keeley, as we were as well the other day. But yeah, look, keep it all supportive of Irish football. We'll be covering lots and lots of events over the next few weeks, especially, and we'll obviously continue to have our lives. And you can, of course, support the show at Lansdowne Raw Plus, and also buy us a coffee and check out all our socials where we're lots and lots of updates and the latest news in Irish football. But thank you for watching again tonight. Thanks, Connor, and we'll catch up with you very soon. Come on, you boys in green.